Guys, we are live with another one, guys. Okay, we are live with another one. You already know what this is. The mic is hot, guys. This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you already know. You might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel, the only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, guys, a lot has happened today in this Tuesday evening. Okay, a lot has happened, I must say. Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano is going down very, very soon. Okay, sooner than later, actually, guys. And not only that, but we got Francis Ngannou actually on that card now. Okay, Francis Ngannou actually getting cut loose from PFL, excuse me. And soon after leaving PFL, a new contract hit his table, and it was Netflix. Okay, they're gonna pay him big dollars, most likely, to basically show out. Okay, in this Netflix showdown. Okay, headline by Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano. Now, guys, I do want to say something. Hold on a second. Let me move this a little bit over here. Sorry about that. I'm having a little bit issues over here. My partner over here, he's getting a little bit of active right now. But I must say, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, okay? When it comes to Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey, they're doing all the right things. Okay? They're doing all the right things. Okay? They're shaking all the trees that they need to shake. And that's a good thing. Okay? That's a good thing. Now, when it comes to Ronda Rousey, she had a lot to say when it comes to UFC and Dana White and how they approach setting up their fights for the UFC. Now, let's listen. Okay, let's listen in. Okay, on some of Ronda Rousey's comments here on this Netflix presser here. Remy, how you doing? Hi, OE. Long time no see. How are you? It's so good to be here finally. I had some bad things happen. Well, Remy, blessings to you. Like and subscribe, guys. You already know what it is. But Remy, welcome back to your channel and welcome back to your chat. And hopefully those bad things, you know, they don't happen forever, right? Hopefully those bad things do not happen forever, guys. Okay, and that's facts. Enzo, how you doing, Enzo? Blessings to you guys. Okay, like and subscribe. But now, guys, let's listen in on to Ronda Rousey actually speak specifically about some things about the UFC and Dana White. Let's listen in.
And if anyone's been his apprentice, on how to be a promoter, it's been me. And after I let him know before anybody else that I had gone to Netflix, and I wanted to, I didn't want him to be upset with me. And he was like, I could never be upset with you. I love you so much. I want you to do great. I want this to be successful. He's always been my friend first before anything else. And I think that most of my criticisms of the UFC now is because Dana isn't the owner, and he isn't calling the shots, and he isn't running things the way that he wants, because he's an employee of the company now. He's not an owner. And I think it was a big mistake of theirs to not let him just run things the way that he always has.
Do you think he was upset? Well, you heard it here first, guys. Okay, you heard it here first. According to Ronda Rousey, I mean, the way things are ran right now with the structure, with the new structure with Paramount and the UFC merger, Dana White is not calling the shots anymore. At least as much as he used to. At least he doesn't have as much string as he used to, in the beginning when he was first, promoting the UFC. Okay, when he was first with the Fertitta brothers. Things change over time. Okay, a lot of things change over time, and unfortunately, Dana White. I mean, he finds himself in an unfamiliar spot, but things still look familiar. Very confusing, very confusing. And Ronda Rousey actually paints a perfect picture right now, and letting us all know what the UFC and Paramount really consists of. And according to Ronda Rousey, I mean things are not being ran in a way where they're looking out for their fans. According to Ronda Rousey, they're not looking to put on the best fights. Okay, they're looking for the bottom dollar. Okay, so the bottom line they're basically looking for. So let's continue listening to this.
When he
This
saw
is very
you
interesting.
yesterday on social media, you mentioned that he wasn't upset with you for taking this fight.
Oh, he knows the White House card sucks. Like he knows that they were pushing this for over a year, and it fell extremely short of expectations. I mean, he was so upset about it. He was talking about a fight falling out the day before. It's I can guarantee you he's not happy with it either, and he's the one that taught me through example to speak my mind.
Wow, 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 wow. Guys, I got to look around right now because as I'm looking around, Ronda Rousey, she's not BSing, guys. Okay, she's coming out here fucking swinging. Okay, she's out here. She's definitely not out here like Mayweather. Okay, or like Sean Strickland. Maybe like Sean Strickland his last performance against, what's his name, Anthony Hernandez. Maybe that Sean Strickland she came out of, but she is coming out here swinging, guys. I'm talking swinging punches to knock your ass out. You heard it first here, guys. Ronda Rousey says that White House card is trash. And guys, I happen to agree. Okay, I happen to agree. I mean, guys, there's not a lot of people right now out there that are jumping for joy at this White House card. That's facts, guys. White House card trash. It really is atrocious. Okay, there's a lot of things when it comes to the UFC that's atrocious right now. Okay, and Ronda Rousey right now is calling them out, and not only is she calling them out, but she's putting them right there in front of the camera and letting them know how it is. All right, letting everybody know that not only does she know that this White House card is terrible, but guess what? Dana White knows as well, guys. Okay, let's continue listening in, guys.
And then one question for Francis. Francis, with all the success that in the
Hold on a second, guys. Francis Ngannou got some talk time there.
It's no longer. It's one of the worst places to go.
All right, let's listen to Ronda Rousey here. Let's listen to Ronda Rousey here. She's going to talk more specifically about the White House and the UFC and how terrible the UFC is, how the UFC and Paramount New Deal, how they're basically dealing with fighters and how they're looking, for their best interests and not the interests of the fighters or fans. Okay, Kesley says, hi, how you doing, Kesley? Blessings to you. Like and subscribe, guys. Run up these likes and run up these subscriptions. Do me the favor, support the community. Easier than going to your local ATM. Facts, guys. All right. But now let's listen to Ronda Rousey, okay?
I mean, it used to be that UFC was the best place that you could come in combat sports to make a living and be paid fairly, and now it's
I want to rewind that real fast and pause it really quickly, and I'm going to rewind that and get back to the beginning of that comment, from Ronda Rousey. Her stating that the UFC used to be a company where you could come over here and make, at least, good money for fighting in the mixed martial arts community. And in my opinion, that is false. Okay, that is false. Guys, back then, I mean, guys were getting paid even worse. Okay, I understand guys are getting paid 5 and 5. I mean, 10 and 10 and 12 now. But can you imagine what they were getting paid back then? There was a lot of fighters back then that were getting underpaid, and unfortunately, that continues. Okay, that continues now with this new Paramount deal, and the Paramount shelling out close to $8 billion. They damn well want to get their money's worth. Okay, they damn well want to get their money worth, and that's the issue that we have at hand. But with Ronda Rousey saying that the UFC used to be a company where looked out for their fighters, when? Let me know when. The UFC has never looked out for the fighters, in my opinion. I mean, look, a company is always going to look out for their best interests, and unfortunately, Dana White, the Fertitta brothers, and the UFC has always looked out for their own interests. Always. Okay. And that continues. That never changes. Okay. Definitely never changes. But let's continue. Let's listen to Ronda Rousey once again.
I mean, it used to be that UFC was the best place that you could come in combat sports to make a living and be paid fairly, and now it's no longer. It's one of the worst places to go. It's one of the it's why so many of their top athletes are leaving to go and find pay elsewhere. It's why their champions like Valentina are selling pictures of their titties on OnlyFans. You know, like the
That was a hot one, guys. I must say, guys, that was a hot one right there. That was a hot take right there. I'm looking around because I'm making sure Valentina Shevchenko is not anywhere around me because the girl's gonna kick my ass. Okay, just for letting me hear that comment. All right, and look, guys, Ronda Rousey is entitled to her own opinion. She really is. She's entitled to her own opinion, but in my opinion, she should not be going out there and talking about anybody else's life and what they're doing in their own individual lives. Nobody's talking about her. Nobody was talking about. You see, this is the problem here. You see what I'm saying? This is the problem here. You see, she wants to come out here swinging. Ronda Rousey wants to come out here swinging, okay, and starts talking about other people's lives, but yet, you know what I mean? She has yet to reflect on her own. You should look. I was riding. I'm riding. I was riding with Ronda Rousey right up until she made those comments about Valentina Shevchenko. I think those were the wrong comments to make, if I'm being honest. And is Ronda Rousey wrong with those comments? No. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Valentina Shevchenko, but there's a lot of fighters out there that definitely is a lot of fighters out there that are, they're selling, they're selling their skins on OnlyFans, guys, and that's facts. Okay, that's facts. All right, let's continue this.
These people are, a lot of them at the ground level, they can't support their families. They're living poverty level, fighting full time. And this company just got $7.7 billion. Like, there's no reason that they can't afford to pay their athletes at least a living wage, and not even that, to at least be able to match what these athletes are making in other sports. Why would they expect
Well, look, guys, she's not wrong on that one. All right, she's not wrong on that one. The UFC did get paid almost $8 billion. I do understand that, but guess what? Those guys who paid up that money, who coughed up that money, guess what? They definitely want to get their money back, guys. Okay, and interest. That's facts, guys. Okay, they want their money back, and with interest, and that's facts. Okay, so with Ronda Rousey actually saying, that the UFC is not paying their fighters right, and these fighters are actually, they're basically they're living minimum wage lives due to them fighting full time, being contracted by the UFC. I understand all that, man, but screaming it on top of your lungs isn't going to do anything, guys. That's facts. When the fighters had an opportunity to do something in court, guess what? They folded. Okay? So now you're going to have to sit on that hot seat, all right, because nothing is going to change. And that's facts. A lot of people out here, even Ariel Helwani was out here talking about fighter pay a long time ago. He used to always bring it up. Okay? And that's always has been an issue. Fighter pay has always been an issue since the beginning of time. Okay? And it's not going to get better, guys. It really isn't. And now the UFC with this new model, with this new Paramount deal, I tell you what, guys, I'm kind of worried right now because these cards are looking atrocious. And that's facts. Let's listen to more of what Ronda Rousey has to say here, because I tell you what, Ronda Rousey was out here swinging, man. She was out here swinging. She didn't give a damn. She did not give a damn.
fight in the sport right now?
I do want to listen to Ronda Rousey say this, because when I heard this, I couldn't believe it. My jaw dropped. But let's listen.
It was really heartbreaking for me, and she inspired me all over again to pick myself back up and to come back to fight for me and not for anyone else, and to go after the fight that I always wanted, and not.
You heard it here first, man. Gina Carano inspired Ronda Rousey. Look, guys, there's a lot of people out there right now that do not know who Gina Carano is, and I do know who Gina Carano is. And look, let me tell you something. The girl inspired a lot of females to step into mixed martial arts before any other female had actually the idea to step into mixed martial arts, and that's facts, guys. Okay, moving on.
Not what anybody else wanted. And to be honest, like, this is the biggest fight in MMA right now. There are no two people in the sport with more international name recognition than me and Gina, except for Connor, but no one's going to sanction that.
You heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first, guys. Okay, heard it here first. How you doing? Oh God, you're gonna just come up on my screen like that? You're gonna come up on my screen and just block it like that, and come over here and start pressing some buttons. Okay, very disrespectful. Okay, I must say you just changed my whole life. Okay, hey, watch your feet there, buddy. Watch your feet there, buddy. Okay. But guys, you heard it there first. Okay, Ronda Rousey believes that this is the biggest fight right now. Okay, there is no other two fighters with more international name recognition than Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano. That is what Ronda Rousey said. Okay, word for word, basically. And maybe she's right, guys. Maybe she's right. But honestly, is this fight really going to be everything and more? I could tell you what right now, guys. When it comes to the UFC, the UFC is going to continue having this issue for the foreseeable future when it comes to fighter pay and the way they actually want to entertain their fans. Excuse me. This new Paramount deal might be the worst thing to actually happen for the UFC and mixed martial arts for the foreseeable future. But guys, let's not bend the knee just yet, okay? Let's not bend the knee just yet. I mean, the year is not over. I understand if we were grading 0 being trash, 10 being best, if we were grading the UFC for what it stands right now, guys, it's not a passing grade, and that's facts. Okay, that's facts. And when it comes to the UFC, the heavyweight division is in shambles. The women's bantamweight division is in shambles. There's no one there, guys. Kayla Harrison is out due to a neck injury that we don't even know if she comes back for 2026. Amanda Nunes is not coming back to fight anybody else but Kayla Harrison. Okay, so maybe Ronda Rousey is right that this might be the biggest fight of the year in Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano. And let's not forget, guys, co-main event, Francis Ngannou. Okay, Netflix is pulling out all the strings, and that's facts, guys. They're coming out here swinging. Okay, swinging like Francis Ngannou. Okay, basically knocking out over him. That's the type of swinging that Netflix is coming out here with. Okay, and that's facts, guys. But anyways, guys, we broke down Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano's presser. They're at the Netflix, whole debacle. Very interesting. Very interesting. Look, guys, I'm excited to see Gina Carano back inside a mixed martial arts octagon. I'm excited to see Ronda Rousey actually compete. I'm excited to see how this actually unfolds. But with that said, guys, you already know what this is, okay? This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you already know. You might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel. The only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, guys. Until next time, guys. One love.